And we will. Who did you want to jump on board with again?
Let's start off with, like I said, let's see what Mochila can do with the AR.
All right, Mochila E-King is his gamer tag right now, and they will be capping. I love the team cap off the bat. That way you get points on the board quicker than the other team.
It gives you that jump right away, but at the same time, you do lose the rush to B. We're looking at as the other team's already setting up.
They are setting up, and it's going to be Mochila just, holding down this top spawn. He has to worry about the player to his left, but he will pick up one kill, and now it's going to be up to the rest of his team to cap. Let's go ahead and switch with Revan. He's going to be coming this red side off of the train. He has to be careful of the ARs that will be on the other side of the map.
It's going to be tough moving here through red because most teams, they set up here waiting for you, but he's got a pretty solid submachine gun, even though he just ran past somebody as he turns on them. I think he has the ability to hold down the middle top Owens right here.
He could hold down top Owens. He can wreak a lot of havoc as he gets one kill. He's 1-1-1. On the other side is Burnsoff doing a lot of damage, 4-2. And Revan picks up one more kill right there. So Revan being a big difference, he's causing problems. That's exactly what he needs to do. Now, unlike other teams, they haven't tried to go for that triple cap, or at least try to get the neutralization of the enemy's home flag.
Personally, my team, what I do as an objective on this map is we'll take A and B, and I'll fight my way to C the whole time to keep it neutral for them so we gain extra points.
All right, and yeah, that's exactly right. But let's go ahead and jump on over to Orbit as we do see Vintage go down. As Orbit is going off right now, it is Josh. He is such a great SMG player. I saw him. I got the cast over them earlier. He's amazing, but Orbit goes 3 down.
Going 3 down like that's never really good when you're also down 2 flags. But right now they're taking, or Egirl Slayers is taking B as we see, and Mochila's just going to be on their spawn. Doing pretty good work.
And Josh and Jake are getting the flag now in the middle, so it's going to be under their control. Now they are up by about 6 points, so hopefully they can keep it up, and it is Josh doing all the work. But let's go ahead and jump over to Vintage, who has this AR. He actually is one of the better ARs in the EU in my mind, but he also has that MTAR, so he's showing his versatility, being able to use both guns.
Having both of those guns, man, mid-map can be a game changer because you can get someone up close to you, get them on crates over on the other side, you hold down white. It could be a very good advantage to your team.
And right there you see him take out Revan. Can he take the other one out? He does take the other one out. 3, no, he could not get the third. It's going to be, was that Mochila that picked him up? Either way, Josh now, he's going to have to pick up the slack as his team was down. Now it's up to the Egirl Slayers, that they're down a little bit. They're having a little hard time slaying right now.
Yeah, I noticed that next thing, he's not picking up as much as I thought he would, but that could all game change in the next 20 seconds.
That can, and right there, Josh gets into a gunfight, and he does get sat down. Let's move back over to Burns. Burns is going to take a kill right there. Can he neutralize this flag, or at least maybe even take it over? That could be big. The use of the trophy system right there, trophy systems are underused in my mind.
Oh, I noticed that. Not many teams really use them, and that can keep a smoke from keeping you blind, or a stun, or a grenade, which is all what we all used in Black Ops 2, so why not Ghost?
Exactly, and it seems like teams have just not gone over to it as much. We have seen a few teams, but Revan, let's see, Revan is 11-10 right now, and it looks like he is pushing towards that C flag. If they could get that neutral, that would put a lot of havoc in the minds of Orbit.
Definitely having your C flag neutral is definitely a scary thing to have.
Exactly. Anytime your home flag is under attack, it is scary. But it looks like they did go down right there. Let's watch Josh, as he's going to be circling around. It looks like he's going to wait for a player. No, he gets sat down. And so now it's going to be up to Vintage to clean up. He does get a kill. He is going to take his flag over, but it looks like he got hit by a grenade.
And this is where I see the Egirl Slayers making a comeback right here, as they just had those 2 middle flags, A and B, for the last 10 seconds, and Orbit wasn't getting any points with their other flag neutral.
And look at Mochila, who has gone to 16-11 now. He gets sat down. Burnsoff also 16-11. They've picked it up in their slaying capacity, and they are doing good as Burnsoff gets another kill as well as Mochila. So right now he is going to be pushing over to that C flag. They're going to neutralize it. And no, he gets sat down before he can get on it.
The good thing about that rush right there, though, is they also noticed that all of them were still in their spawn, which means they get set up better and keep them from grabbing B.
And what a close game with only 8 seconds left. It does look like the Egirl Slayers did come back, and they are up by 4. It might be 5 right here.
Nope.
74-78. So 4 seconds, the differential. Goodness gracious, that was such a really close first game.
That was really close, and like I said, I'd picked them as my chosen winners, but like I said, next he did pick it up at the end. He was I think 3-12 and turned it to 9-14, which at the end helped them get back to the lead.
Exactly. You gotta pick it up when you notice somebody's lacking in this lane capacity, but that one side of domination definitely going to Egirl Slayer. So what does Orbit need to do to get back into this?
I think Orbit needs to focus more on their map control. I noticed they get all bunched up on one side, and then you get 2-3 down. Next thing you know, they're getting shoved back into their spawn.
Yeah, exactly, and it's all about the map control. But on the other side, what does Egirl Slayers need to do to keep their lead how it is?
I think they need to keep playing the same way they've been playing. I think Next needs to be a little bit more aggressive because I noticed he was staying back a little and getting slayed from long distance. He gets a little bit more aggressive because that KD up. Next thing you know, they're up by 20.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Be sure to send us a tweet. Let us know who you think is going to take it, and we will go ahead and get over into the spectator mode and watch it. I love casting this. These, some of my favorite players here, Revan and Burns off. I'm my favorite people in the community, really. I'm fanboying a little bit. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding.
I understand.
Yeah. But this is going to be big.
Oh, it's going to be real big.
Either way, best of 3. So you want to go up first.
Yeah,
right?
You want to get that home field advantage right there.
Well, let's go ahead and start off with somebody that's. Let's go with Josh on Orbit. He's going to be pushing up really hard, trying to get that B right off the bat.
That's what I'd like to see. Orbit get the single person cap on their flag, and then they all run up on B and get that map control. What you need.
Well, yeah, exactly. Now, is there a better side on Freight?
I think A flag's a lot easier to steal if you're spawning C flag because you could hide behind the crate and get it neutralized. But Freight for Dom is pretty even, I think so.
Orbit right now, they're having a really hard time. They have 2 players that have not gotten a kill yet, and it's Burns off 1-1 with the cap. When you get a cap and you're 1-1 right at the beginning of the game, makes it a little easier. I mean, the cap was probably his home flag, but still, it's a stat in the category. Let's go ahead and watch Burns.
Well, I noticed what Vintage was. Instead of him rushing that B flag because it was neutral, he did stay back and he did start to slay a little and keep them off B. But eventually, when you go 3 down, it's kind of hard to keep standing up.
Now, look at the knife from Burns off. That was just beautiful. I love the knifing in the game.
Yep.
I think I say that every time. But 3-1, now with the 2 caps, so they are starting to build a lead. It's only 5 seconds now. We will see if they can keep it up. Mochilla, he's going to be rotating back. He does get a kill right there. He's bottom porters. So he's going to have to move around, and I like that he's moving around, kind of snaking through, able to pick up Vintage right there as well. Now, it seems like, he gets set down, sorry.
Well, I noticed that their team just went on a full rush right there. They were ready to go take that A flag as a team and keep them in that spawn. I like that. I like the aggressiveness.
Well, do you think it's because they want to flip it because they think they're maybe on the bad side?
Some team, like me personally, my team, we'd like to have the AB. But that's because C flag's really easy to get taken.
Okay, so why is the C flag so easily to take over?
Because from what I know, when I capture a C flag, as soon as I capture it, I go and sit inside all that wood and all the stuff you could hide in, and you can keep slaying it. But at the same time, I guess you can't do the same with A, with the building right next to it.
Yeah, it's fairly symmetrical. I do think there's a better side. I do think you're right. Like I like AB personally, but it's all down to how your team plays. And right now, it's going to be the Egirl Slayers who have quite a lead now.
And right now, they're playing, in my eyes, they're playing off hype. They're loud, and in Orbit, I'm not really hearing anything coming from them.
No, and Orbit is usually a really loud team. I think they have had the ref have to go over there a couple times during one of their matches. But right now, look at Josh. Josh, this SMG who is so good. Josh just getting sat down as he's 2-11 now.
Yeah, like I said, I've seen that Nex is becoming more aggressive, and he's keeping Josh and Jake from doing their thing together.
Exactly. I want to watch Josh a little bit more, see if you can point out to me what he's doing wrong.
From what I see, he's trying to get a neutral flag in the spawn, but the Egirl Slayers are like decently good at rotating back to their flag.
Oh, he just got did he get killed by the By the
trophy system. He threw a grenade and it blew up in his face.
Oh my goodness, that's like the worst thing that could ever happen when you're playing. But man, you got to kill the trophy system when you're on there. Jake, he's in a terror. No, he gets sat down as well. And it's Revan 12-7. Those 2 caps. He's going to work.
Like I said, they're becoming more aggressive, and this is what I like to see. And as you can see, there's a 35-point lead right now on top of their already 4-point lead.
Well, Orbit just did some work, though. They had 4 down on the Egirl Slayers right off the bat. They're able to get B, and hopefully they can start building a comeback. But with only a minute 5 left, or minute 6, what do you think's going to happen?
Right now, they're down by 30 points, and I think that if the Egirl Slayers can maybe neutralize a flag, and for 10 to 20 seconds, then I think it's game over. Egirl Slayers are taking home map 1.
So, man, goodness gracious, the Egirl Slayers are just absolutely yelling right now. They had to get told by somebody, calm down a little bit. But it's all right. I like to see the intensity, but all of the guys are getting sat down by Orbit right now. Orbit making a comeback in the kill section, and right now is the next who's going back and getting A. They were on a 3-cap. Orbit had it.
If Orbit would have had that aggressiveness a little bit earlier and held that 3-cap for 10 to 20 seconds, like I said, if they would have had a neutral flag, I think they could have maybe mounted a comeback.
They might have been able to, and we said Josh earlier, we called him out. He's at 7-15, and Revan shouts over the thing. He says, I'm a caster, and you're losing to me. It's intense right now with only 8-7.
That's going to be game.
That's game right there. They end up winning by 14 on that round, which is a total of 14 plus 4 is 18. I can do math. I went to school for accounting.
Oh. And right at the end right there, Revan got that kill, ripped off his headset, and got in their head. I think that right now Orbit's on their back leg.
Well, Orbit, they're a loud team. I didn't really hear them.
I didn't hear them at all.
But on the other side, E-Girls, Slayers were just, up loud, and they're so excited, as everybody else should be. This is an awesome matchup. A privilege to cast over.
Oh, of course.
So, especially with you, my friend Chunk, make sure you guys give him a follow. It's at Rage_Chunk. What's your organization? Do you want to shout out any of your sponsors or anything?
Rage Esports. We're sponsored by TC Apparel and Energy Graphics. It's a team I started with some of my best friends.
All right, and it looks like we are going to go to a little commercial, so we will be back in about 30 seconds.